but
they're nasty.
Dragons, no longer dormant, come out.
Let's see here. Voices. This was my favorite match of the week, by the way. Or the weekend.
In the past, so they know what to expect. The Shanghai
Quick entry on point.
With Farah,
And because they expect the Hammond, they go for Winston.
But it'll be interesting to see the Sharks' compositions throughout this match. What they've learned playing against Ding's Farah, how to play around it. Right now, I mean, Ding's putting down tons of damage, man. I mean, he's already, you know, very close to a rocket barrage. 50%.
Looks like they completely ignore the Farah.
Just getting right up in everybody else's space. They don't pay attention to the rocket barrage going down from behind.
Don't know why though.
Rocket barrage match. What they've learned playing against Ding's Farah, how to play around it.
They most likely ignored Farah because they wanna.
He's already, you know, very close to a rocket barrage.
They tried to LOS the Farah, I guess.
50% of the team's damage, but you see the shot just getting right up in everybody else's.
Yeah, he's free farming though. Do you think anyone can reach a high level, or do some people just have a ceiling of how far they can go? Now you can reach everyone can reach it. So before we pass on here, everyone can reach pro level. The thing that makes you a pro is spending a lot of time and just grinding. Some people, they're born better aimers, but that doesn't mean they will automatically be pros. They still need to grind. Instead of 10,000 hours, maybe they need 8,000 hours or 7,000 hours, but no one takes a shortcut up to pro level. I'm 37, you know. There's a meme that he's just taking shortcuts up to the league. He has still grinded a lot, right? And if you have really inefficient practice, obviously you're not gonna make long moves or like long strides. But if your practice is efficient and you grind a lot, it's gonna go way quicker than you know. It's just simple math, right? So let's see what happens here. He kills Super. And that's a good kill on Youngjin. Was all alone there. Maybe Youngjin was a bit too early, assuming Gamsu would come in earlier, sooner. Also, 3.8k is mostly bad positioning or staying alive. For example, if you... I think I need to spend less time just playing comp. Yeah, look at how you play, because it's anything under 4.1k, 4.2k is just survival. Positioning, like knowing abilities, when you should use abilities now.
Look at that wedge that Super destroyed between the front and back lines of the Dragons. They just put up his bubble. Oh, could be trouble now. Primal Rage.
Nice. Super used Primal there to survive the bomb, because otherwise it's a free push. And now it's really hard to make Primal work versus this comp. It's extremely hard. Oh yeah, Ding here. So he turns and just spots out versus the D.Va.
Sitting just close enough to Ding, so the splash damage from Ding Zone's rockets will be here. And this is what good teams do against damage dealer heavy compositions. With the Su probably go over.
Now you have the Sombra goats.
This is really what traditional. They've either been playing damage games that we've casted. They really haven't been playing that much D.Va, like really traditional. They've either been playing damage dealers or some.
And they try to limit. The reason for them falling back here is because they try to limit the flanks for Ding, so that they can't come in and hack. And unfortunate poop on Super.
Him as he tries to cross the map, and it seems like Coma plays and Sinatra, and he's been reward is continuing to harass him as he tries to cross the map, and it seems like Coma is a worthwhile reward for a one-player grab. Mob's gone down, both teams have lost their Lucio players, and Sinatra, and he's been very careful now. Hastily being killed as he plays off the point, and there it is, trying to force things out to the open, but the EMP connects. As
Super and Sinatra, and Super gets burnt down. Gumpsy's very low behind his barrier, and the Discord Orb helps Shuihoven deal with him. To the high ground is Ding. Trying to stay out of the fight and get some hacks, but a Transcendence here, that is very timely.
Trans from both teams.
Luffy in the same manner. Rascal Discord, Transcendence here, that is very to the high ground is Ding. Trying to stay out of the fight and get some hacks, but a Transcendence here, that is very to the high ground is.
Was trans needed? Trans was definitely not needed. I think he used trans to go aggro here. Yeah, it's fine to go aggro. You see, he tried to body block Youngjin. But then Rascal gets soloed. Or a solo position.
No, they don't really have any support ultimates if you're the Shock.
So Super is on Reinhardt now because of Sombra. Otherwise you just get hacked during your jumps. Or have to waste the bubble. You see how quick they are to help Rascal here. So Rascal got caught off guard. Grabbed, solo grab. That's a really good solo grab, especially if he has no bubble. You see Rascal, immediate bash. Ready with the health pack. However, he got pinned, which is... yeah, you can't stop that. Unless Choi tried to get the... take the pin for him, which would be really hard.
The ability to had a lot of ultimates, so just both support ults now. EM getting the easy fight with
Prevent Sinatra from.
you're the one putting down the tons of damage.
A quandary here for Ding. Do I EMP first, prevent Sinatra from grabbing, or after take the sound barrier away?
There's the EP. Sinatra, he was gonna drop down and then go for the grab. He gets EMP'd, but he tried to go down as the grab ends, I guess. I don't see why. No, he gets booped by Coma. Most likely booped by Coma. And then stunned. That's a good kill. Good teamwork. That grab as well. Wow. Not even Kobe can hit a grab that far. Do you see that? Boom. And well, Choi is not in even in position to hit. But wow. Okay, that's round 1.
Both of those, like Li Shang, would have been way more of a triple tank, triple support matchup. Alright, it'll be the Dragons coming out. Ding on the Pharah, Team on the Tracer, no surprises here. Super gonna run the Reinhardt here to kick things off. So you do have a lot of places in the point you can hide around here for the Shock, but you don't have that mobility of Reinhardt, of Winston here on the point, which could be trouble. But you don't have that mobility of Reinhardt, of Winston here.
That's a good entry with Hammond.
The Shock will play the high ground. Will make it conditionally easier to access Shanghai's Pharah, considering that.
Oh, nice. They know about positioning. They have seen the VODs. Such a quick rotation. Nice.
Well, it's what you have to do if you're the Shock, right? You have to be aggressive on the supports, really punish.
They have prepared. They have prepared fully. So now they switch. They go for the Sombra. And this is one of the best rotations I've seen on this map. You see, they're limiting line of sight. They know exactly what's going on. Here's the rotation. All the way around.
You know they've changed everything now, right? So why the need to invest anything if you're the Shock when you get it?
Absolutely. DM has no personal bubble left. He gets taken out pretty early.
Such a good rotation.
Coalescence is there provided, but again, why use it? Doesn't need
Completely shuts down DM. And that's already 55%.
And I also think it's worth investing in the coalescence there. It's one ultimate for a one fight and 60%.
I think they expect EMP from Ding now.
I mean, that's huge, especially on this point where you see fights drawn out for so long.
Hello, Pick. How to deal with bunker comps in comp matches with people who barely talk? If it's a Bastion, just pick Mei and wall off the Bastion. Like wall in front of him.
Nice work by Sinatra, quickly going forward. And again, that one pick on Luke do fun. We should expect, well, I mean, expecting Ding to get
That's a great solo grab. And the reason, well, the reason they go for these aggro grabs is because they have no diva, so you don't even have to think. You just speed and look for angles. Look for grabs. What is setting Shock apart from everyone? It's the coaching. So Shock, they're conditioned to not panic under pressure, and they don't get super hyped either. So they try to calm down comms, and that's helping them to not panic. Then you also have Shock. What else? I was thinking. Yeah, they're trained to. Wait, I need to phrase this properly. So they're conditioned to not panic, and they are coached so that the players make the not make all the plans, but they think for themselves. So they don't have a set plan. They don't memorize a strat. They just have. They know, for example, the reasoning for why the coaches want goats, for example, or they know why goats is strong, and they know, for example, what Brig is supposed to do. So the coach is not the one feeding them on a silver platter what Brig is supposed to do. You have, for example, Super. He's the most experienced Reinhardt in the team, so obviously he knows the most about Reinhardt, and he makes sure that he keeps on learning what Reinhardt is supposed to do in the meta. He stays up to date with the meta. Same with Sinatra on Zarya, Rascal on Brig, Choi on Diva, Violet on Zen, Moth on Lucia. And then they don't have this rigid system. Instead, it's like Gladiators, for example. Gladiators is the opposite of Shock, in my opinion. But it's very free-flowing. The players make the decisions, but they focus around the strengths of the players. So, for example, if let's say that Sinatra is super good at Zarya, which he is, but he's super aggro as well. Maybe you don't want to be super aggro and just play around Sinatra all the time, because then Sinatra might do whatever he wants, right? So you try to limit Sinatra, but only limit him where he does. How to say it? You try to limit him where he doesn't go for the crazy plays all the time. Same with Super. Super has really good fundamentals, for example. Sinatra, everyone has just good fundamentals. And I think that's what they focus on, or like base it on.
They don't have a great opportunity to use EMP because you can back off the point.
And they don't try to force. They don't try to force the players to do weird plays. Not weird plays, but plays that aren't natural to them.
But the Dragons are kind of split. Look at their backline. On the point is Luffy and Kova, but there's no one there really to help them, and the rest of the Shark are pushing in.
If was that a good answer? I'm not sure if that answered your question. It's there's way more to that than there's more to that than just that though. Not to mention that every player is super skilled, but they think a lot. They don't just play, they think. And they make the plans on the fly. They solve problems on the fly. So right here, they saw the push. They can expect the EMP. Okay, how do you beat the EMP? Well, you rotate. You break LOS. Bomb kills Ding as well. Shadow block, whatever.
Luffy and Coma, but there's no one there really to help them, and the rest of the Shark are pushing into the body of the Dragons. Demon Gamsu gone down. Coma has
Yeah, his Zarya was strong, but I think
does he really do it at all?
what changed was the way they take positions.
They do is tricks with no Diva in play. They're not able to really, you know, Diva pumps out a ton of damage too, right? You're gonna win the shield pressure war as well.
Crazy how much more you see in an Overwatch League game than the average trio, but I guess that's why I coach. Yeah, my perspective is from a coaching perspective. So like I'm always thinking from the perspective of a coach as well. Always trying to break down things.
Maybe if you expected something like the Doomfish switch, like I think you saw Dingo.
That's what, that's why, for example, I'm not memeing a lot, because my job depends on learning. Or my future job chances. So Rascal going for Road Dog here. I think this is just maybe just a cheese they want to go for. Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking into coaching. I just haven't. I only got one interview, but that's when the hiring was happening before the season started. Then teams obviously filled their coaching staff. A lot of them Korean, so obviously if I'm not speaking Korean I can't get a job. So yeah, you just gotta wait until the season is over. Are you saying that the West wouldn't be a good coach? No, I'm saying a West would, like, I'm not saying that. I'm sure a West could be a good coach. We just have different objectives with the streams. I'm not talking about the Vesta. For example, there's a. Okay, so imagine this. The way if you watch a coach, when he watches a match, if he starts yelling, shouting, acting crazy, as if he's a drunk sports fan, basically, it's most likely entertainment value, right? Most likely.
Damage dealers, he can play Brigitte, he can play off.
I don't know anyone that would act like that in team practice. Like imagine you're a football coach or something, like hyped as fuck, like you know, hyped as if he's on coke or something, and trying to take that seriously. Oh no, I know, I'm just.
But they lose Sombra and they're really playing around that Sombra.
They've lost Super now though. That might be an issue. Gamsu is alive and about to work Shadow. Long range graviton.
Thank you so much, Tigita.
And looks like the Inspin to the skull.
Is that how you pronounce the name, Tigita?
Definitely worthwhile for these teams to just grab. Okay, well that was like left to right.
So Rascal goes off.
He did split from the team to look for an early hook. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, and that's why I mentioned it's a cheese.
They really get the ultimate advantage, so
because if you do get that pick, your comp is built around surviving a lot. That's a nice EMP. Let's see, how did they force them into positions here? I think it's intentional pressure on Super here. Most likely focusing Super.
Graviton Surge in lieu of having a Zenyatta here. That is the answer you want to have with the shock, but they lose Super yet again. Graviton Surge. The bomb might have been an overinvestment here. Youngjin's forced to put out the shield really.
They should have this, yeah. Wait, did I miss something? So to kill Gamsu.
In lieu of having a Zenyatta here, that is the answer you want to have with the shock, but they lose. Here is going to response. In lieu of having a Zenyatta here, that is the answer you want to have with the shock, but they lose Super yet again.
Good timing from Kolma, just in time when the trance is over.
Put out the shield really quickly, and Luffy's playing off the point with Colt lessons from Violet. He's definitely out for blood here. Sinatra stunned up briefly, Yongjin putting together quite some hijinks on the point. And the Dragons are still in control currently, but it's unlikely they'll extend the charge.
Yeah, and also back to spawn real quick. He's gonna go over to Zen. So
I was thinking of
saw Transcendence from the Dragons. Now you
actually learning Korean on my own and streaming it. Would that be fun to watch? Well, not fun to watch, but interesting. I mean. So let's say the rally and push in. They tried to lock Gamsu here. I realize this is literally the first map, but Super said they left the Sombra get too much value. What should you look to improve then? Let's take it here. So when Ding has just used his EMP here, Ding is free farming in the back. He's just shooting on Rascal, shooting on everyone. And they're going for the more secure, how to say it, not secure. You want to go for the stronger target, so to say. But here's the thing. He's just chilling. All the space. And no one's pushing him. Wait. Watch Sinatra. Sinatra's taking damage. And he's... I don't think he's aware of Ding shooting him. He's cutting the corner as if it's an enemy bomb. You see, he's hiding as if it's an enemy bomb. So that's, I think that's the way Super meant that they give too much value. Sorry, Pig. If it maybe is personal, but maybe... I can't talk about that. It's not personal, but I can't talk about it. I was released though. So, how to say? I was. That's all I can say. Stream could learn Korean with Peaks on Pog. Would be interesting. I have no idea of where I should start though. Look, Coma went in on Super there. Maybe they focused on blocking the Lucia boops and all.
And you still have this Earth Shatter.
So yeah, Ding is farming his EMP really quickly.
Try and get like they're only playing Super on the point, so you can see from their POV they're gonna just EMP try and run through them.
Try and get Super. I think that's all they were looking for there, and it works out. They get rid of the main tank from the shock, and Surikoven is manually hacked in midair. But Sinatra gets himself too. Might be in position to say that they got 25 map win.
Really good fight, but
yeah, just dueling go.
Once they were forced off of the damage dealers, it was all shock.
So this map started off a bit rough on Gardens, but they managed to get or turns, I mean.
Is an especially fun map for...
So yeah, just dueling go. I was thinking of.
Difference in just the healing output you have. Sinatra playing the Sombra here on D.
Now Shanghai.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wait, this is way too far.
Straight on in.
Going to be playing just 3 supports, so you don't have the Tracer in place. So Ryan Zarya with a
Thank you so much, Perestroika.
look here from Shanghai, but
Was it you with Dallas alongside Kaikai, or did you join after Kaikai? I was there since the start of season 1 and until stage 4 ended.
It seems the Shock's answer though is just play Violet on Moira, just pump out the heals. Look,
They seem to ignore the Pharah completely whenever they play rangots like this.
This allows them to fight it on the point.
The Shock can't play this composition into what the Dragons have without the Moira. And you can't play the Moira really without there being a lack of Diva on the other
Ding
side.
is just farming his barrage.
So important because you are taking a ton of damage. You need a high healing capacity hero to stave off what Ding is currently doing to the Shock. See, this guy's pounding them. He's already had a barrage.
You see, no one's contesting him.
He's still losing the fight. Coma's down. He doesn't have his running mate anymore.
Pushes Ding and Coma to the initial offense, creates a favorable scenario. Then Ding a bit of advantage here for the Shock going in.
Okay, so 6.5 minutes. Oh, this is such a clutch. Not clutch, but such a greedy move by DM. He wants to farm his grab, right? So he stands here, but because you have no diva, because you refuse to run diva or learn how to play with a diva, or maybe you just want to abuse Sombra, get grabbed as punishment, and then body block from Sinatra. This is something Atlanta and Shock does a lot. Houston could use a mind like yours. They could use a lot of money as well. Not for me, but I don't think they're hiring. Last time I asked Houston before the season started, but yeah, that's when the freeze happened. And yeah, they are not hiring right now. I don't think any team is hiring right now, from what I know. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just learn Korean. I'm gonna do a Harsha.
Rocket Brush, take him out. Look at this, 40 HP. Take out Koma, who gets a little bit. Dragons in the Moira in play for the Shock though. They out heal.
Okay, Dragons. He set a nice time bank here. Runaway peak. Maybe not runaway, but Korean. Okay, let's see. Choi.
Oh, there you go. Fastest time on Paris.
Oh, Shanghai's record.
Not enough charge for super there. He aims to get more charge, but because he was stunned as they're moving, he misses out. That's a... Was he bubbled? No, he wasn't bubbled. Oh yeah, they're not running Zarya. That's why. I've actually heard that learning Korean is pretty easy. Oh yeah, it's a pretty simple language. I was told that by a Korean guy, I know. The grammatics are pretty simple, I mean. I'm learning Japanese and I'm at year 2 and I forgot everything again. Oh dude, that's unlucky. I know Japanese is really difficult.
Some stats a little bit earlier in the pre-show, but Sinatra's Sombra has been, we ran some stats a little bit earlier in the pre-show, but Sinatra's...
Let's see, what happens here? Super gets stunned. He needs his primal. And you see that jump he does? It might be very basic for some here, but that jump is the primary way of surviving as Winston. Just a tip. Fucking studied Japanese to all of my weak bros. I didn't study for 2 years. Yeah, that's a good tip. Especially for Japanese, I mean, it's if you're doing Japanese, you're messing around. You're gonna have to pay it. You're gonna have to pay for it. Also, this push. So Sinatra goes for the EMP. I don't know if this is a badly positioned EMP, because Deem goes for the grab. If there was a card, if there was a hack, I mean EMP on Deem. I read the chat cards. So if there was a hack on EMP on Deem there, that fight would have been completely different. But that's the reason they end up snowballing here. Shadow comes in. Oh, Super turns it, yeah. Super turns it here. Watch his shatter. Boom. Nice. And then it goes back to Zarya. That's such a good shatter. Max range shatter on Coma and DM. That's actually max range if you watch.
Overwatch after the stage,
Max range here.
and it's just gonna be that play over and over again for 12 minutes.
Rain got more wrinkles than a prune.
Swimmer said that only Reaper would have had the damage to that. Let's see.
Not edgy as you like.
Well, if you're on Zarya, you're not gonna do a lot of damage. You need energy. You can be McCree, but then you die. I don't think Reaper would have only had that. Only Reaper would have had that damage because. What else can you go? Tracer does it. Yeah, Tracer has enough damage. One clip into the head, you kill anyone. But the problem with Tracer then is getting in. You know, Sinatra was here. It was a matter of getting on point. And Reaper has Ray form, so that's why he's on Reaper, I think. Because then Violet has a Hammond.
Super.
12 minutes.
Rain got more wrinkles than a prune.
You're going deep in the bag of tricks today. Bringing out all the...
What's your opinion on GOATs? I don't really watch Twitch streams often. My opinion on GOATs is that I love watching Shock play GOATs. Doesn't matter who they play, I just love watching Shock play GOATs. I hate watching Justice, Mayhem and Valiant play GOATs though. Because they're really bad at it. It's just so... It's so frustrating to watch them. Because you know what you should do, but they don't do it. What they should do. And that's because of having this coach perspective. I know how to fix the bad teams, but since I can't, it's just you know, obviously frustrating. But Shock, they already do, you know, they already do what you expect them to do. You'd pay hundreds of dollars for good wine, but bad wine is just vinegar.
Still pretty fast, if not as fast as the Shock.
I don't know that reference. I don't. Well, I know vinegar is just, yeah, trash, but you don't drink it, right? You use it to make salads. What would be the benefits of having Baptiste instead of Brigitte there? It's only to survive. Let me show. Oh wait, yeah. So the reason he's on Baptiste is because he used Rally last fight. You see, 0%. And because you just need to hold off the point for one tick, expecting EMP and all that. Oh, not EMP, but Brav and yeah. So you go for the Baptiste, because then you can play long range as well. How old is Brawl? Brawl is... I have no idea. Didn't Brawl come out in around 2000 or something?
Just walk out of spawn and hit a meaty 5.
We're looking at 6-minute time banks for each team.
Is Brawl Death Ball? No, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the game. Can EMP kill Immortality Field? Yeah, it disables it. But since Baptiste is a long range healer, you just sit far away and then you can chuck it. If you dodge EMP. So let's see, hack on Violet. That's good aggression.
They come out with a Reinhardt base, and I like this. Don't let the dragons take free real estate going towards the right-hand side.
Super plays up in the choke.
Why hack Violet? I think that's the only hack he could have gotten.
Reinhardt defense this time for the Shock.
See, he was behind, and there's simply no other target.
With this, really no time on the Winston comp, so they come out with a Reinhardt base, and to get space, meet them.
That's where the Shock's composition gets ahead, but the Shock fundamentally more durable because of the presence of Trick Open on that D.Va, and of course have an extra tool in the kit for those big team fight winning setups, i.e. self-destruct.
gonna meet them again? They're gonna give up some more space this time, though.
Yeah, I know a hack on Nana is good, but he couldn't have chosen there.
Super wanted a bigger fire strike.
So let's see, now they engage. Watch Ding's ult charge.
There it is.
Surprised they didn't go there. A few players are actually chipped down there for the Dragons, but they're gonna actually use the grab here.
There's the kill. They're letting Ding farm a lot. So Ding goes in and farms as they engage.
The Dragons, I mean, you're just waiting around without having range at a higher rate than, right?
Or as Gamsu engages.
Oh, no, this must inspire.
Your Lucio's
And because they know there's an EP, they hard aggress early on.
especially when it's like amplified by Lucio.
There's the shatter.
They speed. They speed right
They know.
around the corner. They had
Okay,
no idea they were
not a good situation to EP.
Everybody has to back out.
So they call out. Or call off.
Sort of sit towards the top.
And now they spread out because of the EP.
Games, but for a team that hasn't played the Titans all that often, they're very good in this 3-3 setup.
Got Choi, Violet, and Super.
Sound barrier as well from Moth. Manuel
That's a good hack.
so could even self-destruct if he wanted to. Still a winnable fight without
You see, he's charging so much.
There's no Brigitte shield backs to really give this guy pause for thought.
They're just letting him farm.
Aggressively.
Still have Sinatra up on this middle platform. Yeah, they're gonna go with a crab. Well, once you get the Brig in the initial high priority top with the fence mate,
And then they walk in for second point with EMP.
and then Super hit that massive shatter.
So, Dragons here. Or, I mean, Shock. They're expecting the EMP. And Sinatra he's trying to hide. He dodged the EMP even. But they don't have the grab.
Gonna be a self-destructive.
So Choi he hid as well because they want to use the bomb in order to stop the push. And then go for the grab.
Shatter coming in from Gumsy.
Sinatra got shattered though, which was unlucky.
Then knocks down Super and Sinatra. Sinatra almost had a grab on top. The Sombra will
And the cap.
To worry about that self-destruct all the way.
this insane healing. He would think almost last.
There's not much more to it, like use EMP and
Jobin might
Like
fi-
shotgun on the Sombra, so they can't like.
unfortunate positioning for the shatter.
Yeah, it's really.
timing.
I mean, this is like you have to trust Jobin a lot to be able
Because Sinatra needs
Maybe they hope to hit a bite.
energy as well, so you had to use bubble. Now this is interesting. They're gonna split off Choi here, but they keep track of the
to hit you, but
Pharaoh.
it's a real all-in strategy, right?
And
Right?
I think they try to keep track of how close the Pharaoh is to the tower, this tower here, because then she's out of line of sight for Choi, most likely.
Using things
And Ding goes in,
flying a little bit closer. to the
Choi
ground.
right after. Boom.
Oh, it doesn't work though. It
That's a
doesn't.
nice bait. That's a sick bait.
David says, "Remember me."
They baited them into that so hard.
Oh god, and now the shot. It's a nice little off bait.
Such a sick bait.
Sinatra's
Having a co
You have 5.5 minutes.
Huge for the Shock. I mean, divided by Moira, and they're still not running the Diva, so you get great value out of the orbs as well.
Super. Perhaps hoping to imply that he has shatter by this point. Play a little bit more aggressive, or maybe that's just how he does it. Gumsu's though being well healed up here. Super needs to be a little careful. There it is. Nice start. Rascal.
You just pummeled the Reinhardt.
Shield Bastion Gumsu.
And there you go.
Super baits the enemy right in the shot.
Next round.
Like low behind him, but yeah, really odd positioning there from Ding. And then once
He
you
doesn't
lose
look like
that power, I mean, that is all your
yeah.
damage we were talking
I
about,
also
like
think
all in that side.
Gamsu is a lot
With
happier
far
being in
up, so
Shanghai.
Back on defense goes the Shock. We live in. As I think now we'll see them get aggressive again. I mean, this is what they did the last time.
I like this push.
Really nice
This is an aggro push to deny the Sombra.
Get aggressive again. I mean, this is what they did the last time.
Because they don't have the peel from Diva.
Moth is actually in this choke already.
And that's a massive nade.
Into the choke. Moth is playing up on the high ground and boops them back towards this gated area to the left. Really nice positioning there from Moth. May have to go back and
Also Moth went and got the boops there.
Dragons. No switches here.
However,
They'll
Ding...
stay the course.
Oh, nice. Nice super.
We'll see now if the Dragons are ready for it. He must have read the switch away from the Pharaoh map. I like that. See, they come.
Now they're not giving him a lot of value to Ding. This is good controlled value.
Points. The Dragons need to take it point pretty much in this fight. There's no other opportunity to do so. Super getting close close to a shatter at 70%. Violet also nano boost encroaching. DM stand up as he tries to push
Nice
forward.
nade on DM.
He's down!
And there's the hack.
Sombra is gone! DM stand for the
Not hack, but kill.
shatter at 70%. Violet also nano boost encroaching. DM stand up as he tries to push forward. Oh, body grenade! He's down!
And it's so punishing to not run a diva.
And so are the hopes of the Shanghai Dragons now.
And that is GG.
Support, Doc, do it.
Yeah,
You know, capture progress on the
that's Paris.
I know about 49%.
So to sum up Paris,
the Sharks
you
still
control,
with a ton of time
you go hard aggressive on the chokes whenever the rotations come in, and that's because of the Sombra.
It is not
And
worked
then,
both times, when you ran it on point A. But I think
EMP,
it's a hard spot if you're the
very
Dragons.
nasty on the
You
second
play
point.
Sombra, but, you know, your Sombra really
I'm mainly
does
thinking
put
about
out.
shock here.
You know that the Shock, if you run the Sombra on D, they're just going to kind of run through you, like to get really aggressive. Do you have something in the back pocket? Like
Oh wait, it's not over.
Baptiste setup, like a bunker? Yeah!
I was thinking it's over for some reason.
They all switch off.
You have 5 minutes to work with. This is like a fresh attack, but with 1 extra minute, you only have to get half point.
One of the best in the league at this. Well, off we go.
Moira again. I mean, if they're not going to play a diva, Moira, you get a ton of value out of it.
Oh god, even more so that there's no Farah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. This is a nice spy check.
Diva, Moira.
So very important thing here as well. They wait until they can press tab, see if there's a Sombra in the comp,
Get a ton of value
and then if they see the Sombra, okay, Sombra is here, they spy check immediately
out of it.
and find her.
Even more so that there's no Farah.
Yeah.
So they find the Sombra, force translocate, and then they walk in. You see, instant walk in.
You'd rather be trying to hack the shock from the high ground, but Sparta, like Violet can just like right click in his general direction and stop him from hacking.
That's how you do it.
However,
Instant walk in,
can hack to see
after the translocate.
He is using a ton of damage, Violet. I mean, every time you've seen him throw
And
in,
Ding is, sure, he's getting some charge,
here goes another
but he's
damage.
getting pushed.
close to.
And then DM, you don't have enough damage. Yeah,
Quickly, guys. Okay, Ding. Yep.
easy.
6 maps in a row, huh?
I like the
That one was,
the adaptation.
Really good performance from the Dragons.
Map 3, King's Row.
The Shanghai Dragons knew they'd be
Yeah,
able to
Dallas did the same thing versus Houston.
Hasn't been like
Let's
in
skip
other
this.
matches for the
There we go.
shot. And again, I guess you could hold it here and then play it then, but I'll
Shock,
see it now.
not surprised on defense. Go with Reinhardt. Shanghai, they throw the immortality offense here.
And then
for
they
the
start with
Shanghai
the Pharah.
Dragons. So, Doomfist we've seen actually get some play here in stage
They're
2.
gonna do pretty well with Pharah. The Doomfist Pharah is because of expecting Rhine Goats, I think.
Neutralizing Ding's Farah.
Gamsu is on the high ground.
And Violet is on Ana because of expecting Sombra, I think.
Gonna go for Sinatra maybe, but all the supports are
But also versus Pharah. It's good versus Pharah.
okay, they just realized Gamsu's actually behind them here, so the Shock now have a couple of difficult decisions to make. Do they move and contest the point? Are they going to expose themselves to someone like Gamsu who's hunting, or Yongjin? This guy. Yeah, Super didn't know about that one.
And that's what Yongjin wants to do. Punch on the Reinhardt.
She's just a little bit to the right.
Eileen did sort of the same thing versus Gushway when Charge played against Spark.
Really want to allow for you this stage. So what do? You
And he
play
wasn't
Guido, who
Doomfist.
can chunk down as, oh, okay, we nano boost Choyobin so you get up to the sky. So what do?
Nano
You
boost
play
to kill.
Guido, make
That's a
sure you
good
push
try.
shots at Choyobin from range. You don't have to work
Unfortunate
to play
barrage.
Doomfist. Trying to
Yeah, that barrage was nasty. Let's watch it.
He was busy hunting for Coma and doesn't really work out. Now look at Ding set this up.
That's just good positioning.
Love that. You wonder how to eat up the barrage.
now Winston comes
Placement,
to play
I mean.
with the Shock. So
The
Winston
super goes on Winston because of
the Dragons
Doomfist.
playing really far up. That'll be a
Widow and also Pharah, of course. It's very hard to do anything as Reinhardt otherwise.
just have a, so you just have Coma. There'd never be anybody in the objective. You have Coma who's using Valkyrie, so you have
Him goes down. There's a super managed to chase him up. Yongjin mostly forgotten at this point, although for how long is a real question.
They scouted him. They knew he was there.
Yongjin
You see, Muff is shooting even. Constantly someone scouting. If this was Boston, they would have been dead.
although for how
If this was Gladiators, he wouldn't even make it to...
That was a
He wouldn't
really
even
nice play from Super. The rocket barrage comes
be here.
down,
It would have
he
been
uses
snowballed.
nano boost on a ding, and he jumps up and he puts the
Solheim
ball
didn't like
over
the Doom pick.
Farah using
Well,
the
he's
rocket
not an
barrage,
Overwatch
and
League
Ding
coach.
had no choice
And he's
at
also
that
not an
point. He
Overwatch
stuck
League player.
inside of the Winston bubble, blows himself up. Really heads up play there.
So it doesn't matter what he likes or not.
Huge turnaround. In fact, forcing Ding now. He's gonna make
It's tailored for dealing with Super. And also, what else should he play? What should he play if not Doomfist? If you think about it, Young Jin, Overwatch. What should he play? This guy, a DPS player. Should he go Genji? Does Genji fit with this comp? Because Nano Blade means no Nano Barrage, right? If you go Tracer, well, there's a break. What else can you go? Any hit scan? Probably no. Hanzo? Then you lose too much pressure in the front line. You need to make space for the Widow, and that's why the Doomfist is here.
On the Valkyrie to heal everybody push forward.
DM goes down here.
No, I understand you.
Yongjin mostly forgotten at this point, although for how long is a real question. Rocket punch doesn't count.
That was a really
But there's,
nice play from
I don't think there's any better choice
Rocket barrage comes
because of
down,
DM
they
on
use
Widow.
a nano boost on a ding, and he
Since if
jumps
you go
up
double
and he puts
sniper,
the bubble over the Farah using
just
the rocket
breaking line of
barrage.
sight means if you break line of sight for Pharah, the double sniper also loses line of sight. Who's gonna make space otherwise? Since if you stun a Hammond, he's dead. And also, Doomfist can put out a lot of damage without any combo.
Blows himself up, really.
In fact, forcing Ding now. He's going to make the switch over towards the Sombra, so the Dragons
Full switch.
got enough legs.
Let's see this grab.
Ding now. He's going to make the switch over towards the Sombra, so the Dragons
Full switch.
got enough legs.
Early grab.
Out of the
That's nice.
Snarky's gonna drop straight on
I like
him.
it as well because of no diva.
This will feed Super's primal
You don't want to give any tempo to the Sombra at all.
also gonna get a bit of ult percentage off the backside.
So far they're controlling the Sombra.
Pressure of like trying to figure out where the diva is in certain scenarios.
I also felt that
He knows, like,
staying on
if these three
on
players
Winston
leave,
right
there's no-
now
there's
is a
no
bit
counter
of
to it. I mean, they have the
what is it,
support
small
almost right
BM
now with the way they
versus
play.
Dragons.
4 players for the shock turn to pressure
Because
Diva.
Reinhardt is
Now they're gonna probably try and take the fight.
better.
Oh, Super gets in there. Primal Rage, this is what they're looking for. This is how they shut down a right hard face composition. It's a power spike. For the
You see,
Winston
Sombra
3-3.
completely shuts
Very
down
well
the
timed when
the
they're dominant.
Primal.
And Reinhardt 3-3 and God, they're
Yeah, they're going to get the.
Keep
they're
in control of her,
gonna
though.
to bring him all the way back though. They're right on top in the mix.
Oh yeah, he has to play.
Yeah. So check this out. Here comes the bubble. Right on top.
Oh, that's
Perfect. And the top.
so good. That is so good.
Now he's on Reinhardt though.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Buddy on the high ground here, Vita with the Coalescence. What a perfect situation when you get a lot of damage. Thing is, and now they're going to take more damage because they're all chilling together as they go back to the high ground, and we'll wait.
Up to the high ground here.
I can't get that was.
Oh, they're gonna. Okay, so they're trying
Okay,
to
so
get,
Ding
they're
has
trying to
EMP.
get Sinatra behind.
This is a bad push by Sinatra. This is where it goes downhill. So Sinatra is gonna take time. Oh well, he's gonna go for grab here, I think. Maybe this is just an aggressive push they wanna do. But he's gonna die here, and they're gonna get snowballed.
Potentially for a grab.
Hey, it's your boy.
Should Violet play Anna over Moira here?
Gonna play here, goes for a shot.
Let's see.
So good.
Power play.
Yeah. So check this out. Here to be
So good.
I'm not sure. Because he's staying in Moira since he has Coalescence.
Perfect situation.
And then if he goes back to spawn, it's gonna take a lot of time to walk back.
But before they have a chance to get to the high ground, and we'll wait the return of their Brigitte.
Seems like the shock.
And that would mean you can't go for the aggro fights.
I can't get that was.
Oh, they're gonna. Okay, so they're trying to get. They're trying to get Sinatra behind potentially for a grab.
Hey, it's your boy. With the grab, of course.
Also, survival is easier. Usually you play Moira when you want to have more aggro fights. Because you can all in.
the space that was created, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle for him. The rest of the Shock now is joining the fight.
There's the grab plus EMP. A lot of ults used by Shanghai. But yeah, Sinatra's gonna die late here.
It's getting all ever closer to the Foundry.
And if Sinatra died earlier, he would have been in time for the second fight. You see, they go for the fight, but Sinatra's not there. That's a misplay by Sinatra. You see, he used bubble to survive there. I think he wanted to farm grab. But yeah, there's no point in it. And then going back and taking this fight gives all the ult charge back to the Dragons.
You can't stop the damage coming in from Shock. Surge. The Shock definitely want to stabilize here, but they've got an opportunity.
And this is interesting. So now you're going to have Rascal.
So they might have panicked a bit here. Or Sinatra might have.
So you get to see Rascal, a damage dealer in the past. He who plays Brigitte. He'll now play Ana. We see him on Batiste. We've seen him on Roadhog this series. A lot of different hero looks for Rascal thus far. Young Jin may have forgotten,
Back to Zen.
Where he was standing on the map. Falls off. Don't know if that was assisted or just a little bit of a walk in the wrong direction here.
Let's give him the
benefit of the doubt.
yeah, because
It's better with Zen in the long run because you have Discord and you want to match with Trance. Or you want to match the enemy Trance. That's a solid EMP. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention before. I think I came off a bit too grumpy when I mentioned the no Overwatch League coach thingy. It was strictly because of Dragon's coaches probably tailored this towards Young Jin, and that's why.
Super gets hacked from up
High
top.
ground is so good for Sombra, man. Ding's able to really shut Super down now, but he has a shatter. Trigobin's got a self-destruct here, just to get the back. Does Super go for shatter here? No, keeps the shoot up very clever.
Let's see here.
A nano boost here. You have your self-destruct, like if they use grab, right? You can use your self-destruct to just prevent that follow-up.
Rascal is on Ana as well because of no Diva.
Super gets hacked from up
High
top.
ground is so good for Sombra, man. Ding's able to really shut Super down now, but he has a shatter. Trigobin's got a self.
That bomb is perfectly placed. And I think this is... If you aggress here as the Dragons, you can aggress, but only if Gamsu blocks the bomb. But then if Gamsu can't use the bomb, you lose out on damage a lot. So, Koma using his beat here to aggress, that's very redundant. There's no point in using the beat here. Or it got punished. We can say that instead. And then EMP comes out. Huge EMP.
He gets hacked once more. He was trying to deal with Luffy, but he gets shut down by Ding. Can't get closer, and then back down. Super now returns on the wrecking ball. If they can get this in overtime,
And then getting overtime is perfect. But that's... How did they lose that actually?
Super gets hacked from up
High
top.
ground is so good for Sombra, man. Ding's able to really shut Super down now, but he has a shatter. Trigobin's got Ding's able to really shut Super down now, but he has a shatter.
Where's the Nano going? Is that a Nano on the Diva or Baby Diva? I don't know where the Nano is going, but Rascal nanoed something. I have no idea what he nanoed. I think it went on Diva. So Nano what? No, Muff wasn't nanoed. I tried to look for that as well. You see, Nano is not out, wait. Oh, actually, you're right. Wait, are you? Everyone is glowing orange, so it's hard to see. I think it's D.Va. Because there's like these tendrils.
Strut here, just here at the back. Does Super go for Shatter here? No, keeps the shield up very clever. Go for one now though if he wanted to. Oh, he doesn't have a chance. He gets stunned up out. EMP catches play by Yongji. It's like he knew Super was one.
Also, Ding, how does he farm this much EMP charge?
Super gets hacked from up
High
top.
ground is so good for Sombra, man. Ding's able to really shut Super down now, but he has a shatter.
Oh, he's right on Choi there. Right here, that's why. I mean, he's doing a great job just sitting behind Gamsu. So if not, yeah, you gotta be super aggressive there. And if you're not super aggressive, yeah, he's gonna get it. Maybe they try to break line of sight and limit the amount of targets for EMP.
We can check it out here. So Super, it's going to be when he's going to go for the Earth Shatter here. So I'll catch it for a second. Beautiful reaction.
Oh, that's a nice stun, by the way, on Super. I completely missed that.
So well read.
What do the Shock go with? Super probably going to play Reinhardt here.
This is instant.
But you could use the Transcendence or something to get through while they switch over to.
So they force translocate and then speed boost.
Something coming through with the EMP.
That's the correct call.
I think they just run them here. We probably should insert
They scout Sombra again, see her, force her back.
Very charged up Sinatra on the point.
You see, there was a stun on Ding right there.
Launch Super into the Dragons. Montblow though got hacked up. Trokoven also pretty average here, and despite all of
And Ding is refarming here.
just trying to
Not good. Moff is all alone here.
launch Super.
That's all that charges from Moff.
Hacked up. Trokoven also pretty average here, and
And Choi, I guess.
despite all of his charge, Sinatra has not been able to find a critical blow.
That's a nice push. That's a nice push. I think Sinatra called for the push here, maybe.
There it is, he finally found it, sneaks around the left-hand side, and isn't able to be punished for it. EMP, yeah, I mean, Transcendence already came out from Violet, but he leaves Super and Trokoven. Violet gets out. Maybe,
I think maybe.
one who got Violet, but he's able to be punished for
Let's
it.
see. EMP comes out.
EMP,
I guess they expected Super and Choi to back out. But if they back out, they're gonna die.
yeah, I mean, Transcendence
Because
already came
they are
out from
chasing.
Violet, but he leaves
Back up just a little bit. Transcendence from volley pick off of Coma. So
It's more important to keep his Sinatra's energy.
See what the Shock decide to do. It'll be a
There's the grab.
from both sides here.
Gamsu has Shatter. Doesn't go for it, Super just keeps his shield straight up. The Transcendence now is forced out of their Dragons, and the Shock are probably happy
Getting another grab.
in and of itself.
I mean, I think you kind of play the odds of Sinatra getting another.
That's a massive shatter.
Shatter there from Gamsu.
Gamsu doesn't go for these super aggressive shatters.
Super attempts to like that out. You do
That's really well done by Gamsu.
taking the first team fight, and that is where they really need to make things happen. Transcendence for Violet, Super Shatter.
Yeah, what I like there from Gamsu as well.
He
is
always
that
knows when to push Hotel. He's it's whenever he has high energy and there's free targets,
Try and get as much damage as they can after the fact.
like free access to the supports.
Despite the EMP coming in, but the Shock need to get the fight done. This is a repeat of what happened in the first fight, and they'll have a sound barrier to follow it up. It takes both support ults to get through. But
Don't think beat was necessary, if you think about it. Beat is not necessary here. But he wants to... Moff wants to win the fight, so...
First fight, and they'll have a sound barrier to follow it up. It takes both support ults to get through, but it works well.
Let's see, Ding is gonna free farm.
Honestly, one of the most effective teams at running, you know, triple support with the Sombra. I'd say Soul are up there as well. The Shock finally
value the extra damage. Rascal with a and the damage.
You see, Ding has another EMP now. He just used it. Or he's close to one, I mean.
Yeah, use it as soon as you can, I'd say. Start to...
That's a nice boop on Super.
Oh, Dian's gotta be careful now. There's another prediction. You gotta go, and Violet picks him off down.
But then kill on DM is big.
The Shock lose Super.
Let's see, they use Trance plus Shatter. I know Shatter is just going, but is this the right call? Don't think it's the right call. All your support shots are used now. Yeah, you're setting up yourself for failure. Unless they want to go... No, they don't want to go for EMP. Well, they will try to EMP, but... He had no damage. So sure, there's EMP. Where's Sinatra? Oh, Sinatra is going for the peak, early peak. Just farm grab. That's a good timing. Whoever called that was a genius. A good job of Shatter. Very important to kill Sinatra too. Yeah, annoying hack on Super. And the longer the fight goes on, the more Ding is gonna free farm. I think this is what Super was talking about, giving too much space.
You have the gravitons, he's going to use it from a distance. You don't have a ton of damage, but now Super charges right back into the shock there. Invest that support ultimate.
He's hacked it from sort of EMP a little bit later, but some
grab for the dragons.
Shatter.
Nice Shatter. Got DM there. And then stun on Ding as well. A tiny bit too early. It looked like he wanted to use EMP there. That's a good split. That's a good split. But even better body blocking and stunning on Super there. Watch this again. Just right on him.
You would have liked to have another fight here where you win it clean for the dragon. Self-destruct, grab, rally, transcendence, everything on the board here.
Sinatra wanted to be on top of the payload, I think.
Nice shatter, but they're not going to be able to get the follow-up.
Ah, wait. I think I see the cycles. Well, it's kind of easy to see the cycles, but Gamsu shatters, and then Ding is just ready to farm. So they don't try to kill. Well, they might try to kill with the shatter, but it's mainly for Ding here, setting up him. Yeah, cycles in old cycles. I mean, so for example, use grab and then use EMP or use shatter to farm EMP. So you always have some form of kill ult or kill combo in every fight. That's a nice ult. How come no one touches? Oh, they thought Gamsu would, but you just body block him. Oh, that's just, yeah, unexpected by dragons. And now we're getting to the fun runs. There's this push where Moth boops, I think everyone has seen it, right? Moth boops Ding out of a window and then Ding freaks out and EMPs. That finger's EMP.
Yeah, the dragons on offense, using immortality with the double sniper up top.
It's when they attack though.
Coma goes over to Mercy,
so next round.
Same thing. The Widowmaker, Doomfist, Pharah composition here.
Doomfist again.
A draw breaks the streak for the shock.
Yeah,
officially.
And all the pressure's on the shock. I mean,
Yongjin is looking. One tick of permanent progress on the point now. Troy's playing in that back right corner, does not want to commit to the point too heavily, but now the Dragons look like they're going to get another one.
I have no idea how this happened, but
Right corner does not want to commit to the point too heavily, but now the
man, that's a nice stun by Rascal. Important stun.
look like they're going to get another one. Okay, Mitchell knockdown, that's big. Yes, Super does he go for? He goes
That's
for
a
the
huge kill.
during the rocket punch, I guess. That's how they get it done. Well, fair enough, it works out. I think you're happy with a mutual knockdown between a Reinhardt and a Doomfist. DM on the Widowmaker. He's been able to find Rascal, and he's going to in position. Misses an important shot on Violet. If he had that, it could have been over here and now.
That's a good kill on Rascal. If Rascal didn't die there, I mean, if Sinatra didn't die there, they might have lost the point.
And the Shanghai Dragons look good here. They look real good. Jacobin
In overtime, you need to use these ultimates. They're
Oh,
gonna do the
also,
same thing they
worth
did
keeping in
last
mind,
time.
because
They
you're
go
running
with the
Pharah,
payload.
you're forcing enemies
Well, it's Valkyrie.
to hide.
Same
And that
situation
allows
they were in
Doomfist to
last
flank
season.
as he wants.
If it gets scary, they use
I
Valkyrie, provide that
completely
AoE healing
didn't
to
think of
everybody.
that. It gives, it's actually really smart. It gives Doomfist a lot of sightlines. Nice hot aggression. You scout out Doomfist. Oh, that's a nasty barrage. Wow. And then just mines everywhere.
For the shock. 9 in their time.
Watch this. This is why Doomfist is so difficult to deal with. If you don't scout him, he just comes in. And the Sinatra tries to dodge. Almost dodge. They kill Gamsu and Youngjin. Bomb kills Luffy. And then unfortunately, just too short of how to say? Troy just contested early. Not early, in time, I mean.
The Shocker unable to push as far as
Have you the in the week coming into the playoff?
Alright, last round. They force translocate.
but still very hard to come out with
Now the hard aggress.
score. Shock just doing it for the sake of completeness. Now, oh, Sinatra doesn't want to be there.
So close to kill Sinatra there.
Shock just doing it for the sake of completeness. Now, oh,
You see how close it is for him to get booped?
Shock
He actually, well, he does get booped, but it's so close of him getting pinned.
doing it for the sake of completeness. Now, oh, Sinatra doesn't want to be there at all. Hasty self-barry there, and he's getting healed up nicely.
And then DM just pops out around the corner. Easy kill on DM.
Otherwise, feature in DM is away.
Ding is farming. Oh yeah, he's free farming.
San Francisco now. Sinatra does not want to give Shanghai a chance to regroup and set up, but he doesn't want to overextend.
Getting the graviton big.
Okay, watch this, watch this. Ding has EMP.
Sinatra, he would be dead instantly.
Moff is gonna challenge him.
Has an EMP as well.
I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's panic. This is panic EMP.
Wasn't really what he was looking for. He only got
Ah, that's so early.
That or you're playing with your feet.
of all times for things to go wrong. It was
And that's a free fight.
Sinatra's gonna push forward here.
Of course you're just gonna go in.
For the Shanghai Dragons, so Sinatra's job is 100 times easier than it otherwise would be, but he holds it. They already got rid of Gamsu. They know they can win this fight without him.
And he's chilling with grab because you want to use it the next fight so you can snowball.
The San Francisco
However, Ding should be focused here. Sinatra focus. I think this is the target calling. It might have been too hectic in the target calling.
To keep the streak alive.
Yeah, he probably wanted to translocate.
For the shock. I mean, this is
So the
their
scout
streak to
thing.
keep going, right? I mean, they lose this fight.
And of course, you're just gonna grab here, right? Easy grab. Sinatra stunned. That's such a good stun. Hacked.
Fight. Kind of all on them.
I don't know what to tell them if that happens. Here comes the Graviton Surge immediately.
He could have bubbled, but he didn't notice the hack. He wanted to bubble in time.
Trying to go for an earth shadow shutdown. Sinatra gets him from behind and gets Luffy. He's down. So is Koma now. The Dragon
You're low on damage right now, but so is Dragons.
Keep going forward, but it looks like they've found the end of the road. Ding, they will be stage.
Look at Super.
It was a close
He's
map.
going
Like,
absolutely
they messed
nuts.
up several
Hype in
times.
the team
I
up.
think
You see the Dragons.
I think on defense when
They have clicked.
Sinatra died late and they just got snowballed from that. That's where it went downhill.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment
And last
of
map,
Overwatch League.
Rialto.
Say it.
At least you know. Him and Sinatra kind of got thrown into it last.
They're not just got some lofty goal of one day winning a title or a stage playoff. They don't have the hope that the other team will have fun while they're playing. They're here to win, and they're here to win now.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you asked the Shock, they thought that they were the better team in stage one. At the end of stage one.
And
when
Shanghai
those
running
happened,
Pharah
they were
goats
the
here.
team and they let that match go 100% to Vancouver.
I actually messaged a Super on Twitter. I was like, it was like 2 a.m. I'm like, man, I can't sleep. The game was so hyped. We had a long chat, and he definitely thought that they should have won that game. It sort of fell apart for them at the end, but
I think you're seeing that belief turn into.
They should die. I mean, Shock should easily win this because of Pharah.
Yeah, huge bio nade.
this is what we see Violet do.
What do you think of the
so
quad
well
tank
all
strat
the
that
time.
Shock used on
When
the
he
second
plays
defense?
forward, if there is high ground, I guess, on defensive maps like this, we will see Violet come forward and try and throw a biotic grenade either behind
On Rialto
over the top
or,
of the attack
King's
of
Row?
Reinhardt's shield. And you saw what it did there. It stopped the Dragons dead in their tracks. Luffy Coma and Yongjin were all biotic.
On Rialto, I can't remember.
Is, you know, the Shock
It was so late
here
yesterday.
today, and, you know,
I can't remember
phenomenal
that.
game plan. They
Oh yeah, I remember. It's good. It's good
They clearly have figured out a way
because they
around
wanted
it.
multiple fights
At the beginning here, used the
or
nade
deny
on the
multiple
Super,
fights.
trying to get right up in Gamsu's face. He does end up
I like it.
Ding's
I like
gonna
it because
use
it buys a lot of
the
time.
roster, a ton of
Let's see what went wrong here.
You know, Krusty, phenomenal game plan. They have planned for this Pharah play that has come out for the Dragons. They clearly have figured out a way around it. Luffy takes out Moth at the beginning here, used the nano boost on the Super, trying to get right up in Gamsu's face. He does
I think this is an awkward position to be fighting in because of
end up falling. Ding's gonna use
nothing that
barrage
stops
here
Pharah
to
spam,
take it, but
and it's very hard for supporters to stay alive
Is getting nano boosted.
and have a line of sight.
range. So you're gonna fight this Earth Shatter. Ding actually takes out Violet at range. So you're gonna
He really tries. He tries, but yeah,
fight
team
this
is dead.
Oh, to the river.
Look,
Yeah, I've seen that one. What's up, Muska?
it's like Violet.
Okay, Luffy. No, Violet. He's gonna become Neo in Matrix here. Watch the corners here, Muska. Rate the corners on Violet.
The stall happening around
His survival skills.
Who's he looking for? It's like Violet at this stage. She's been able
you
to
see
hold
this?
it thus far. He takes a bit of damage from some orbs. And
Okay, now it's over though.
careful, alright, dropped it over the top there. Troy Coman. Okay, that's pretty good actually. He responds a little bit late, but I mean that's kind of what you expect. He's still able to help keep.
He
on the
dodged
line.
quite a lot of rockets there.
I don't know, man. They're forced into a fighting retreat. Sinatra's probably not going to keep his charge here either. And San Francisco, it's far down this corner. Ding, who's he looking for? It's like
A bit
Violet
unfortunate because the
stage.
payload
She's
is
been able to avoid
pushing
it
as
thus
they're
far.
dying.
Ding takes a bit of damage from some orbs. And be careful. All right, dropped it over the top there. Troy Coman. Okay, that's pretty good actually. He responds a little bit late, but I mean.
Super dying. You don't want to use beat because of the grav. You don't have
that's
them
kind of what you
damage.
expect. To a fighting retreat, Sinatra's probably was a sound barrier, but the
I have no idea why Sinatra is still there. This is so bad by Sinatra. But what's he supposed to do?
I don't know, man. They're forced into a fighting retreat. Sinatra's probably not going to keep his charge.
He's denying them the second fight here.
San Francisco.
You, as much as you say you don't.
And now they do the same thing that they did on... what was it? King's Row, yeah. King's Row, second point. You do the exact same mistake. You run in when the fight is over, and they feed ult charge.
Don't. I feel like you still kind of do.
They will lose the fight.
Takes out Choyobin here on the cart. Super
Just
alive.
watch.
He's gonna get the repair pack, but doesn't
Free
live much
ult
longer
charge.
than that. Everybody on the shock backs up. You know, talked about this streak. Complete the map, and then Vancouver comes and steamrolls them.
Breaks a record.
It would be
doing so.
fitting for them
Oh, I
to ramp
see.
it. That would be awesome.
Need to see some energy now from Shock.
Nice eat by Choi as well.
Streak
This is a
alive.
sick
That would be
eat.
awesome.
Need to see some energy now from Shock. Oh, see you DM.
And that's because Choi was in the front as well.
For you, by the way. Super though goes down. See what the Transcendence is able to give the Shock. Some survivability by the looks of things. Also sound barrier.
Beat to counter, nice.
Managed to reclaim it here.
You get Ding off of Pharah now.
And that's how you take a fight.
These Dragons have the advantage for the Dragons. That is as good of a guarantee.
So Sinatra's hacked, it's whatever, because Ding is 1 HP.
That is as good of a guaranteed loss as you can get.
However, they focus Super though.
He couldn't give Super the bubble that he needed. Great timing from Ding. Ah, you're
All the way to the spawn. So they'll get to come out here, fight one last time.
Gamsu was trying to bait Shatter, I'm sure of it. Push up against Super, see if he can pressure his mental state out a bit. Right, there it is. Shatter comes out, Rascal blocks it. Alright, Super gets
Nice,
here.
nice focus on DM.
Just gonna be thrown over him. Here comes the Graviton Surge. A Shock needs to get some value out of this one here. Violet's Transcendence helps a lot.
And it grab.
Pressure his mental state out a bit.
Wait, did Ding use? No, I didn't use.
That happened again.
Behind pillars and such.
Yeah. I mean, you can play.
You won't have rally.
on the card alone.
This is a lost fight because of grab.
Sinatra is able to avoid EMP and give him a bubble, otherwise we'll have the same issue as the previous fight. Grab comes out there. DM didn't know
Yeah,
the
this is a lost fight.
Decent. You want
Map like Rialto.
Moff is the only star player on Shock. I mean, he's a star player, but they have 6 star players actually. It's a stacked roster. They have more than 6. They have Nevix, they have Striker, Architect. They had Sleepy.
or just drop down on top of the
Sombra goats empty. Oh yeah. I mean, there's you would not see Pharah on.
I'm surprised no one else picked up Striker.
There's like way too much high ground that you get close. Everybody can get kind of close to Pharah.
It's a bit gimmicky, really, as well.
If it were
No, Super is a superstar. That's why his name's Super.
I think there's a reason like really good 3-3 teams can beat like Sombra goats teams. There goes Coma. That was incredibly quick.
Yeah.
Don't know where he was playing, but looks like he may have gotten stunned up.
They let
Rascal.
Ding got enough charge. Like that's decent charge.
Speed boost to back everybody out, so you have to back out a little bit earlier.
Oh yeah, Smurf as well. I mean, Smurf is less proficient on Reinhardt, so they just went with Super early on.
Could be quite dangerous now as Luke,
They used to switch Super and Smurf to see who's best.
Gumps are also getting chunked right on down. The Dragons don't have the healing to sustain this kind of fight now. Not after the first bouts of damage that they've actually been hit by. Luffy very close to a Transcendence, though. Can he get
Nice
it?
chatter.
That's the question. Coma knocked to the ground. Can he be finished? Oh, Transcendence is now available for Luffy, and he uses it straight away.
And then Moira forces Trance.
Likely just to keep Super alive. Oh, EMP comes
That's a good grab. Yeah, like that's a good punish for the EMP.
Gumsu looking to wreck the backline, but Violet is giving too much healing on this.
And you had like 1 or 2 fights early that went your way.
No, Striker is really good on Tracer and hit scan.
You start to get the clock in your favor here if you're
But
the
obviously it's not meta for Striker.
Violet at 43% of healing done right now.
That's a nice shutdown on Ding there.
Definitely helping out. Obviously,
When he tried to push Super, I mean.
last half, but see what it offers you. It's very
On
hard
Zarya
to
he
slow
isn't.
it down as
I don't
well,
think so.
unless you literally do that with Reinhardt.
Here's the Mega Gamsu Shatter. This is so unlike Gamsu. He never does this. This is better than... He just drops down.
Not as well, unless you literally do that with Reinhardt.
He like drops down from the sky, like literally from the sky. Watch this. Gamsu from nowhere. Boom. Massive shatter.
Insane. Gumsy drops down behind. Note that he doesn't go for the
That's such a good shatter.
He's already touched the ground. So he doesn't just like
I think Shanghai specifically were a lot more aggressive because of shock.
It was Gumsy.
EMP here. We'll see if they get it off, so you had no follow through on it.
Okay, so there's a grab. Are they gonna EMP? I can't remember the match that much. Nice attempt on chatters.
And again, using the cart to try and break line of sight, make it harder to see him go for that one. Okay, this is a pretty good placement here for a self-third strike.
Perfect. Perfect pin.
To engage, or you're gonna have Moth go back. At this point here, if you're the Shock, this is winnable.
EMP now.
There's the EP.
Soundberry still comes out from
Focus on super.
Could still get taken down. He's clinging to life somehow. He's hanging in there.
Oh yeah, they give up point.
Play a standard 3-3 with the
So
defense
beat saved
play.
the super there.
I think you can only go so far.
Nice
playing
block.
Tom.
Perfect block.
Quick there with that right click. Shield was up. Here comes Graviton surge. Those so now shattering. Ah, there it is.
Nice.
Spots from Super. Graviton and Shatter both using the same fight, and the Dragons get nothing out of them. Super now.
Bumper
Oh,
peel.
he's mad. He's
It was
so
a-
mad.
It was a bumper special.
There is a reason everybody
Bumper rescue
pretty much
mission.
plays a variation of what the Shock have. As you see Sinatra with the beam just looking for
You could probably make a workshop mode, or a mode in the workshop where you have this Reinhardt
That is solid
where
stuff.
he's just in a shitty situation, like, and you have a timer like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're supposed to go on this rescue mission to save him, and you put bumper above his head, and you're basically a part of Vancouver now.
These guys are the best.
Now here's the finish
Just
strat.
wanna see some
I like
disrespect,
this one
right?
because it buys so much time.
Right, they're gonna play up close here, pushing out straight away. Now the Dragons.
It's perfect because you don't want them to have
Oh,
a second fight at the first corner.
yeah, you've received a formal invitation to join the Shock, and they're
very sure.
So yeah, this is just brawling, 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 staying alive. Let's skip.
Youngji taken down. It's 1-for-1 trade here, but Shock are missing their main tank, so they have to hang around. They do have to double down. They have to get out of the way of Rascal's.
Why doesn't Shanghai go Bastion for this? Because Rascal can hook.
Oh, they forced a barrage here.
It's nice. I mean, yeah, you get.
It takes too much time to set up as Bastion.
I mean,
So you got what you wanted.
And now you make one swap. Rascal to brick.
He's still on the wrecking ball here. He's close to
And they are
a
stuck on
field.
this comp.
That kind of space control could be important. All right, 3 players get body grenaded here. Oh,
That's sticky. Like when I watched this sticky, I was thinking like, please don't walk into the sticky.
Could be nasty, no. Just too hoping he gets these shooters, sure enough. But DM's still got more work to do in this fight. Super goes for the shadow there. Gamsu knocked down. Youngji trying to follow up, but he also is knocked to the ground. He's still alive. Now goes for
So
the
close and
strike,
dying there.
Blown up there despite having the sound barrier on him. And Youngji
There's a
trying to
lot
knock
of
him through
damage
the air
right there.
against himself. Get this point back out. Oh, they stop them.
And now here's a next level push that only Shock would do. I can't see any other team doing this.
So Shock are gonna try and back out. Oh, they're gonna
They
grab
catch
with
the
both
Doomfist
weapons here.
and Ball.
Stabilize, man. They realize
And because
now
of no
with this
shield,
aggressive,
they go for the bomb.
highly mobile composition from the Dragons that they may never have a chance to set up like this again. Brink, but Luffy gets the pick off.
And now there's no space.
Performance. Super playing on top of the payload, so there's no wall to knock him into. That's very clever, Youngjin.
And that's it. A Z9. Bastion is the best hero in the game. He can literally one-clip every hero.
At least like one player on the cart, which is Luffy, so he's not really providing.
You're right.
any,
He can one-clip every hero.
pretty quick.
Even the greatest teams.
So
in the
can
Overwatch
Diva.
League.
Yeah, Diva has infinite shots. She can one-clip. Diva has infinite shots. She is the best hero. You never have to reload.
They cannot lose they cannot have a player.
You'd
drop
think
it,
Reinhardt is the best hero
especially
because he doesn't even
with
need
the
to shoot,
composition they're
but
running. Like if it's like a support, that's really bad. If it's Sombra,
Yeah.
it's almost even
Gotta
worse.
walk up
It's the
close
only
to
thing
people.
You're really worried about if you're the Shock. You get right at them, and you're.
The Shock now have 3 minutes and 39 seconds.
have you rated
They get just
Sinatra's
past the
hair?
first checkpoint. The payload's just
No,
in
we
the middle
haven't.
of the bridge. not very far by this map standards, but teams have been snarled up right here with Sinatra standing plenty of times before. Ding is trying to get a hack, so much so that the Dragons actually keep him.
I like this positioning by Shock. They're so quick.
Well, that's how
This is really
they
proactive.
I mean, they need the hacks to engage.
Just forcing them into bad positions.
Split up already. The Dragons have to reconvene here. But that, I mean, like
You see, Coma does nothing, Ding does nothing, Gamsu is alone. Yeah, it's basically motion blur.
Pressuring Gamsu so hard. Gamsu's forced into the corner. How does he get away? Super might just catch him with a fire strike as he tries to go past. Ding, not all that close.
Massive fire strike. Huge shatter. And then this is where you just feel it, you want it. You have it.
And these players drop so late.
You have it.
They're gonna get the far spawn. They're gonna get the far.
All of this is because of that proactive rotation. Like, okay, let's watch it. Victory. Okay. All of that is because of this rotation here.
By this map standards, but teams have been snarled up right here.
They're not letting them walk out on the balcony.
Ding is trying to get a hack, so much so that
Because they are playing slow so that Ding can farm up. However, Ding is on a different position, has to translocate back early. And now it's just awkward. Because you have no peel, you can't aggress. And this is the downside of Sombra Goats.